seemed important. Then beginning in October 2023, I started receiving signed notices from some of the people that outlined concerns that DCYF statutes, proceedings, and practices are not constitutional, and therefore reform is needed. The people instructed me to form a committee to work toward resolving the issues raised. So I went to the speaker and presented my concerns. I shared the notices with him as well as some affidavits and anecdotes, and he agreed that it was worth investigating. And so a committee was formed, and here we are. So thank you, Mr. Speaker, for that. I don't think it's missed by anyone on this committee, the gravity and seriousness of the subject matter that we're going to be looking at. The courts have long recognized that the right of parents to direct the upbringing of their children is a liberty interest protected by the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. The New Hampshire Constitution says in Part 1, Article 15, no subject shall be arrested, imprisoned, despoiled, or deprived of his property, immunities, or privileges, put out of the protection of the law, exiled, or deprived of his life, liberty, or estate by the judgment of his peers or the law of the land. And the courts have held that law of the land is synonymous with due process. Children, being vulnerable and cherished members of our society, which we all have an interest in the protection of, ought never needlessly be taken from a family nor left in a situation that brings them harm. And the complaints I've received are concerning both of those outcomes, and that they occur as a result of deficiencies in due process. So in this work, we're ensuring protection of the innocent as well as the accused. Next meeting, we will, as a group, come to know and understand what due process is pursuant to the Constitution. Bring your expertise, your knowledge, your research, and perhaps witnesses. We will tease out what the essential elements of due process are so that we're all on the same page. And before we begin our work looking at processes and proceedings involving DCYF. Then we'll find out through hearing testimony and conducting work sessions if and how statute, policies, and procedures conflict with or deny due process. Then we'll make recommendations for reform if necessary.